They're calling it a day without women. Grassroots activists around the world are organizing an international women's strike on Wednesday, March 8th. This will coincide with International Women's Day around the world. Statistics show women make up almost half the workforce but continue to earn less than men. According to the Institute of Women's Policy Research, in 2015, female, full-time, year-round workers made only 80 cents for every dollar earned by men in America. And data from the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence shows that every 9 seconds in the U.S., a woman is assaulted or beaten. They define domestic violence as emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Joining us now is Jessica Hubley. She's the co-founder of AnnieCannons, a nonprofit organization that trains survivors of human trafficking and violence against women, and they teach them the skill of computer coding. Jessica, thanks for being with us. When we talk about economic empowerment of women, what does your organization do to try to even the playing field? What does AnnieCannons do?
Well, AnnieCannons is breaking the cycle of victimization for survivors of human trafficking. We're partnering with shelters and service providers that refer survivors to us who are bright and capable and asking those what's next questions, looking to rebuild their lives. And we take them through a software school, a training program that teaches them to design and actually program software. We also help them earn income as freelancers using those skills. And finally, we work with them as a team with a number of amazing volunteers, professionals from the tech industry, and we help them actually build solutions to the problems they identify that led to their exploitation.
So you're doing some very interesting things here, and you've had some interesting graduates. I understand you have 1 or 2 graduating classes so far. Tell me about one of the graduates and what they're doing very quickly.
Absolutely. So we have an amazing woman, for example, who joined us in our pilot class. She's learned front-end development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. She's continuing with us to learn full-stack development, full-stack JavaScript. She's building websites for clients. She's actually built a live active web app at survivors.io that's meant to identify hotspots, taking anonymous sexual assault reports that help gather better data about the reality of sexual assault, as well as identifying problematic areas for others to avoid. This year, we expect her to make a little over $65,000 from freelance work. But the most interesting thing is that she's actually said that the thing she wants to do with the economic power that she's securing right now is to help build a better human trafficking shelter to help more people.
Go get them, Jessica. All those letters, I was like, I don't even know what it means myself. So this is very interesting, because you're taking survivors of domestic violence, survivors of human trafficking, and you were teaching them one of these most elite skills in America right now, and that's computer coding. It just doesn't seem to fit together based on what we know what other NGOs and CBOs are doing across the country.
Well, that's very much on purpose, Richard. So we think everyone else is underestimating these human beings. And so at AnnieCannons, we want to give people the opportunities we think they deserve, and they're doing incredible things with those opportunities. But software programming is an industry need right now. There is an endless thirst for engineering talent. It's something that you can do remotely, that you can do with your kids nearby, that you can do to make a great living, and that's going to make you a much more powerful person in your community and allow you to drive political change. Really what we're doing is finding those hidden figures in this world that everybody's still not looking at.
When we think about International Women's Day, and that's going to be on the 8th of the month, as we approach that date, why is this idea of economic empowerment of women important, quickly?
Economic empowerment is the panacea that can fight all kinds of gender-based violence, all kinds of vulnerabilities that actually drive human trafficking. If there's one unifying factor that we've found amongst survivors or victims that are living in a situation of exploitation, whether that's a domestic violence situation or a trafficking situation, it's that they don't have the economic capability to get away. Even if they're rescued, even if they're pulled out of a brothel, they don't have anything they can do to make their lives better and sustain themselves. That we think, by addressing that sort of gap, that's how we actually fight all of these problems at their roots. Very important.
Co-founder of AnnieCannons in Silicon Valley, Jessica Hubley, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Richard.
All right.